go running a lot? I'd say I run a moderate amount. I try to get out for a jog maybe 2 or 3 times a week if I can swing it. I mostly just run to stay active and relieve stress. I'll go for a 30 to 45-minute run around my neighborhood or at the park nearby. I actually prefer running outdoors rather than on a treadmill because it's more scenic and peaceful. Running definitely gives me more energy and improves my mood, but with my schedule, I can't say I'm one of those people who runs every single day or trains for marathons. Where do you usually go running? For running, I usually stick close to home and do most of my runs in my neighborhood or at the park that's just down the street. My neighborhood is pretty nice for running, since it has a mix of quiet streets and sidewalks without too much traffic to contend with. I have a nice loop that winds through the subdivision that's about 3 miles total. The park by my house is great too because it has some trails that go through the woods where I can run in nature and avoid cars altogether. That's maybe my favorite place to run when I have the time, since being surrounded by trees and fresh air is really rejuvenating. When was the last time you went running? Let me think. The last time I went for a run was this past weekend, on Sunday morning. I try to squeeze in a run on the weekends since my schedule during the week can be kind of hectic. Anyway, yeah, so this past Sunday, I woke up early, had a quick breakfast, put on my running gear, and then headed out the door. I did my usual loop around the neighborhood that I mentioned. It's about 3 miles total and takes me around 30 minutes or so. It was a beautiful morning too. The weather was cool and crisp, the sun was shining, and the fall leaves looked so colorful. Running with that autumn scenery all around me was really refreshing. What do you think of running as a sport? I think running is a fantastic sport that has a lot going for it. For one, it's very accessible. You don't need much equipment, just a good pair of shoes and you can run pretty much anywhere. It's also a great way to get exercise and improve cardiovascular health. Running helps build endurance, strength, and speed, and it can provide an excellent full-body workout when done regularly. At the same time, running can definitely be competitive for those who want to push themselves. There are races at just about every distance, from sprints to ultramarathons. That allows runners to compete against others and test their abilities. Training for and competing in races takes dedication and discipline. Running also becomes more sport-like when done as part of a team, like cross-country or
Do you go running a lot? Well, honestly, I don't, because it's just too exhausting, and in my city there are too many rainy days, so I don't really get a lot of chances to, go out for a run. I prefer to do some yoga at home. Where do you usually go running? Well, I usually go running at the riverbank near my home because there's a running track there which is quite comfortable for people to take a jog there. I can also enjoy the river view alongside the bank while I am running. It's just safer and quieter there since there's no traffic. When was the last time you went running? Well, I cannot really remember. It seems that I lose the will of exercise after I get recovered from COVID-19. And I am never a fan of running anyway. Now I just do some dancing from time to time and just for fun. What do you think of running as a sport? Well, I think it's a great sport because it requires no skills or fitness level. I mean, all ages are able to do it whenever and wherever they want, right? And many people say that they feel refreshed and more energetic after running, and they even take part in marathons.